Welcome back to our city. I'm pleased to be joined by Miss Jennifer Costa and Miss Andrea Costa, no relation, for the Portugal Day. Andrea is the Vice President of the Portugal Day Committee, and Jennifer is the lineup coordinator, right?
Correct.
Got that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Andrea, you've been on the show before?
I have last year, and
For
I'm
what?
still nervous.
You're still nervous. And you were on for what last year? For this?
For Portugal Day as well.
So tell us your claim to fame. What do you do? Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Portugal. No, but the reason I'm here is because in 2010, I won Elizabeth Portugal Day Queen. So from there on, I stayed on as a royal, and the committee asked me to stay on after my reign was over in 2010. So 6 years later.
Because you like to do things and get things done, so they weren't going to let you go,
No,
right,
of
Andrea?
course not.
Yeah.
She has tremendous amounts of phenomenal leadership qualities that she started out as one of the youth of our community and truly has really worked hard up, coming up the ranks. So we're very proud of her.
So Jennifer, the Elizabeth Portugal Day Committee has been busy planning, and you're always part of that, right?
Yes.
So some of the past and upcoming events that lead us to the Portugal Day Parade, I guess you want to start with.
Sure.
The
So our
fishing derby, or before that?
Actually, even before that, usually about the beginning of March, between March and February, we have an annual wine tasting where we sash our Marshals.
Oh, that was fun.
It was. And then we have a Portugal Day pageant, the one that Drea was referencing earlier. In addition, we also have our fishing derby, which happened not that long ago. And that's where we have children at Warrenanko Park fishing. And we also have a golf outing that was just yesterday. And we have tons of events leading up to the first weekend in June.
So Andrea, tell us about the work on the origin and the history of Portugal Day and Elizabeth.
So this year actually is our 39th year of Portugal Day. So it happened 39 years ago where individuals from our community, we didn't have a committee back in the day, so they came together. It was only a couple people from our community, and they wanted to show others our passion for our country and how united we are as a community, as a culture. So 39 years ago, these individuals, amazing individuals, because without them we wouldn't have been here. So 39 years ago they started this small committee, and today we are over 40 people in our committee that originate from different clubs, different organizations within our community.
40 people on the committee, but probably 8 work, right?
No,
No.
actually this committee is one of the
really
very
works?
few. Oh my
Everyone.
goodness.
Because you've all been on enough committees where
Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
people don't carry their weight.
And years ago, it was originally instituted by the Portuguese Club, being the main structure that would execute the parade. But over the years, it has evolved into being one representative of every Portuguese organization. So we have representatives from the Portuguese Church, from the Portuguese Club, from the Lions Club, from youth soccer. And again, it's one representative from each. We all sit at the board together, and that's how the events are planned out and executed. So we welcome any Portuguese organization that perhaps hasn't evolved just yet, but we welcome everyone to participate.
So Andrea, you said you were born in Portugal.
I was.
In the beginning of the show. I've been there once. What part of Portugal were you born?
Aveiro.
Aveiro.
Yes, it's about 30 minutes from Porto.
Right. I was there. I think we drove through it.
Aveiro.
That's the
it's beautiful.
tile, right? They make tile there?
They do make tiles. They make salt there as well in
Salt,
Aveiro.
right.
That's where our good salt comes from.
Okay.
Comes from Aveiro.
So it's south of Porto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
south
it's south.
of Porto, right?
Making
So,
sure.
well, Andrea, what's this reason behind the celebration of the festivities occurring in May and June?
So May, like Jenna has explained, yesterday we had our golf outing. This Friday, May 20th, we have our mini golf at High Hills in Clark. And then we have June 3rd, our flag raising at City Hall, at the Chamber of Commerce. And then June 5th is our big celebration. So this all leads up to our big celebration, which is our parade.
And the parade is always on the first Sunday in June, correct?
Correct.
Yes, at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock. And then the following week, Newark has their parade.
Correct.
That's
Yes.
the way those work. So Jennifer, the Portuguese presence in Elizabeth and the contributions to our community are many.
Thank you.
Tell us about a few of those.
So we have, again, the different organizations across the board, from our Elizabeth Youth Soccer that has over 600 kids participating. We have our Portuguese club, Juventude de Deus, which is the youth group of the church. And again, our Portuguese parish, our Portuguese club, the Elizabeth Portuguese Lions Club. So in just about every facet, when you think of everything from the youth through the older generations, it's one day where collectively everyone comes together to celebrate the Pride. To the extent of we're growing into one of the largest Portuguese parades on the East Coast. We're drawing contingents to participate from Connecticut, Massachusetts, South River, Long Branch. We're really unifying the Portuguese communities in the tri-state area.
And one of the unifying events was that pageant you had that you won a couple of years ago,
Yes.
right? And you're active with the pageant as
Yes,
well
I
as
am.
you, Jennifer.
Yes.
Someone told me there were 47 contestants this year.
It has been one of the largest years
It was
participating.
How
The
did you
judges
get,
had a tough time this year.
I was going to say, to get through 47 contestants,
was-
what are the different titles in the pageant? I saw a picture of 5 or 6 people. I was just curious. What are the...
Yes, so
King-
there's our little prince and our little princess, which is the age of 7 to 12. And then we have our prince and princess, ages from 13 to 17, and our king and queen, ages 18 to 23.
Okay.
And anybody can participate as long as they have origins and ties to being of Portuguese descent. So it's really open across the board, and we consistently are looking for contestants to participate. Again, males, females. It's an opportunity for them to learn about their culture, to make friends, and then from there they get involved in different organizations, and Andrea is living proof of that.
I would say 47 contestants says something's working.
Absolutely, and
mean-
it keeps growing every year.
Yeah, to get through 40. So you don't have any preliminary thing where you kind of weed a few people out? You do
No.
all 47 that night.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
You attract all their parents, and it's a long evening.
I think we should have a category in the future for their parents to get
Yes.
involved, because that would be
Yeah.
hysterical.
Somehow getting them
That
involved
would've
would be great. So the anybody can be in the parade as well, or if so, how do they go about getting involved in the parade?
Absolutely. All of our information can be found online at elizabethportugalday.org. There's details on applications. We really open it up to the community. Anybody who wants to promote our Portuguese heritage is welcome, as well as local businesses. They have sponsor opportunities to get in front of our community.
So June 5th, you said the parade starts at 2 o'clock, Andrea, but there's
Sharp.
Sharp, I know.
Yes, we haven't been
That's
late
all.
yet.
I know. I come running down Elizabeth Avenue, and it's ready to go at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
But that's the culminate. What happens that morning?
It's hectic that morning. However, weeks prior, we are already starting to plan. We're making sure that everything is lined up. As you know, Jen Costa, she's the main person who's in charge of the lineup and everything, so she can explain that because we just help her.
So what happens is every contingent who wants to participate fills out an application. Again, could be found out online. It is the elizabethportugalday.org, where they can find the information. And so they submit the applications to us. The committee, based on order, trying to divide out a band and different contingents, we give everyone a number. They are to show up on the parade route by 1 p.m. And by 2 o'clock, we're marching down Fifth Avenue.
So does anybody
I'm sorry,
complain?
on Elizabeth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue, there you
Elizabeth
go.
Avenue.
Have to change the name of that street.
I know.
So Jennifer, does anybody complain about where they wind up in because it's a long parade? Somebody says, "Hey, I wanted to watch closer. I wanted to watch."
We are very strict in trying to continuously rotate out. So this way, whoever was last will try and be first. And we really do pay attention to the line order to give everyone a fair opportunity.
So Andrea, every year the Portugal Day Committee selects a Grand Marshal, and who are this year's honorees and the history behind that?
So this year I have the honor because I've known this person personally, and our Grand Marshal this year is Maria Carvalho. So I actually had the honor of knowing her.
She's only the second woman to be the Grand Marshal, I'm told, right?
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
second woman,
Correct.
yes. And our honorary marshal, which does not have to be Portuguese, is our very own Councilman Kevin Canary. And our posthumous marshal is someone who has passed away but never had the honor of being Grand Marshal.
Or recognized by the community.
Correct, is Miss Miguel.
That should
who
be
is
fun.
Elizabeth, who's an Elizabeth resident.
Christina Grover's mother?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. So Jennifer, after the parade's over, I don't know about the Portuguese, but the Irish always like to have fun after their parade.
Absolutely.
Or the Portuguese do something similar, right?
So the parade route runs down Elizabeth Avenue. It turns left on Broad Street. There's another left that is made on Grove Street, and it concludes at the Portuguese Instructive Social Club. And the festivities go up until about 8, 9 o'clock at night. There's different bands performing. The dance groups are performing. There's tons of Portuguese food. We welcome the entire community, not just to come out on the streets to watch the parade, but we welcome everyone back to the Portuguese Club to enjoy in our culture.
And Andrea, anything new for this year's parade?
Jen, is there anything new?
Aside from additional contingents coming again from the tri-state area, pretty much it's been our time-honored tradition.
How do you raise money for this, Jennifer?
The different events throughout the year, sponsorships of our local supporting companies. It is an ongoing yearly efforts to be able to put this together.
Any sponsors for this, Andrea?
Yes, the Union County always sponsors every year. We have also our Investors Bank that sponsors every year. And then local businesses, they don't have to be Portuguese to sponsor at all. So they come, they go onto our website, or they speak to us personally, and they just ask to be our sponsor for that week.
And also the City Hall, yourself and our council
Yes.
people, they truly are really influential in wanting to promote different heritages and cultures, and we're very privileged to be one of them. So we thank you guys for your support.
Just to wrap it up, anybody, who do they call if they want to participate or watch the Portuguese parade?
ElizabethPortugalDay.org, or you can find us on social media as well through Facebook. All of our events are posted there.
Ladies, thank you for joining us on the show this evening.
Thank you
Look
for
forward to
having
marching with you on June 5th. I hope it's a great day as we go up Elizabeth Avenue and then celebrate at the Portuguese Club.
Thank you so
very
much.
much. For Miss Andrea Costa, Miss Jennifer Costa talking about Portugal Day Committee, and Jonathan Phillips and Rudy Burgos talking about the Tour de Elizabeth. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.
Offering everything you could want from college, including a life. Kane University.